So about 2 weeks ago, I went to the doctor's office and she told me that my cholesterol was high, my blood pressure was high, and generally just needed to eat better and exercise more in order to um, improve my health. And if in 3 months the cholesterol is not reduced, I will be getting medication for my cholesterol, to lower my cholesterol. So starting today, I will be documenting my journey as I try to lose this, as I try to reduce the cholesterol. So because I love gardening, I decided to incorporate all that in my hobby because I want it to be sustainable. I don't want to try any diet that is just a fad. I want to have like a complete lifestyle change. So I'd already started gardening earlier, but now I'm like very serious about gardening, which I'll show you my garden later on. So the garden is in two parts. This is the flower garden. You can see it. Garden. It's really dry today, so I'll probably be watering the flowers today. I also changed my diet drastically. So I don't eat red meat, I don't eat chicken, all I eat is fish. And I don't eat all kinds of fish. The main fish I eat is salmon. Yes. So my diet, like for morning, I do oatmeal. Like every morning I do oatmeal because I like consistency. I know myself, if I try to change up on things, I end up like eating the wrong stuff. So every morning I eat oatmeal. The only thing I change is what I mix in with the oatmeal. So sometimes it's bananas. Sometimes I do cashews right here. Sometimes I do almonds, which are right here. What other nuts do I use? Sometimes I use the pistachios, which are here. Yeah, and sometimes I do peanuts, which are right here. So for me, like I said, I try to eat nuts, and the same nuts I eat are the same ones I eat when I'm between meals. So between breakfast and lunch, I can have like a handful of pistachios or whatever I pick. Then I also sometimes on the oatmeal, I will add other things like raisins, which I love, and dates, which I also love. So every day I start by taking a spoonful of this. This is moringa powder. I don't know if you can see it. Moringa, yeah, that's moringa, yeah. So I will start with taking a teaspoonful of this, and so I already had it in a cup, like warm it up in a cup. There it is. Yeah, so I drink that every day. And I'm going to drink it as soon as I finish doing this because it doesn't taste very well. Before I eat anything for breakfast, the first thing I do is do the omega-3 fish oil, which is this. I don't know if you can see it. So I do the omega-3 fish oil, and I also take this, which was prescribed by the doctor because they said my vitamin D levels were very low when they checked, and so I do the vitamin D 1.25 milligrams. I do that once a week. So they prescribed that for 8 weeks, and after 8 weeks they will do some blood work to see if I still need to continue taking the vitamin D or if I can start doing just the regular over-the-counter vitamin Ds. Every morning also I check my blood pressure. and I just always want to know, what my numbers are. So it's not required. The doctor did not say for me to do that, but I just do that. So before I take the moringa again, I know I look like I'm trying to avoid taking it. I think I am trying to avoid taking the moringa. It never tastes good, honestly. Like, I just don't like it. But I will take it because I feel different when I take it. Like, I feel energy and I just feel good. So I will take it, but I'll keep avoiding it. So before I take it, I'm going to take my blood pressure, because I'll be also monitoring my blood pressure. As the day I went to the doctor's office, my blood pressure was elevated. It was high, and the doctor is actually concerned about my blood pressure too. And I'm also working on significantly reducing my numbers. So let's see what my blood pressure is. So I have this. I always make sure this is in the middle. Feel like it's tight enough. And we will press on. And my hand is elevated. And we press on. For those who cannot stand the taste of the moringa, and for me, I'm just taking moringa. The doctor did not say for me to take that, so I'm just taking it because I want to. For those who can't stand the taste of moringa, you can use some honey. So this is pure honey. You just pour it in. And you start it. And I don't do this every day now because I've been taking the moringa for a while, and so it doesn't, while I still don't enjoy the taste, it's not enough for me to have to put the honey in it. So at this point I'm able to tolerate it without honey. So for breakfast, like for the beverages, I drink tea. I love tea. I've been drinking tea since I was a child, and this is the brand I use. So I drink tea every morning, and to the tea I always add some lemon juice, and I also use this as a sugar substitute. This is what I use as sugar substitute. And once in a while I use honey, though I don't like honey that much, so I don't use as much honey. Most of the lunches I do is like a fruit. I love fruit, so any kind of fruit. Mangoes, papayas are at the top of my list. Pineapple I eat, I think, every day. But dinner time is when I actually eat the fish, the legumes, like I said, like beans. I love beans, any kind of beans, pinto beans, black eyed peas. That's usually part of my dinner, like different variations, but lentils, any kind of lentils. So I try to play with different foods just to keep it interesting for me to actually enjoy my meals. Now, the oil I use to cook with is, I do grapeseed oil, and of course olive oil that everybody does. And I also once in a while use coconut oil. The coconut oil is a little controversial. Like, some people say it's good for you, some people say it's not good for your heart. Like, so I don't know. So I use it sparingly. So that's it for what generally what I eat. For exercising, I jump on the trampoline every day for 30 minutes. And I also walk my dog, which sometimes most of it is running in the morning. I run with my dog. That's for 15 minutes of running with the dog. And then the rest of the exercise is around the garden. So you'll see me do a lot of gardening. Like I'll be tilling, I'll be weeding, I'll be doing a lot of different things in the garden because that's what I enjoy doing. And it doesn't feel like I'm working out. And that's the main point for me. So I'm gonna show you the garden and I'm gonna show you the trampoline. So join me. Yeah, so now we have taken my blood pressure, I have taken my vitamins, I've taken my moringa. It is time to exercise. Now, I am not a fan of exercise. I don't like, not exercise, but I don't like, I like to exercise, but I kind of want to trick myself. I don't like to feel like I'm exercising. So like I want it to be incorporated in my daily activities. But I mean, I know that's not practical. Sometimes you will have to get on that treadmill, you will have to go to the gym. But I like to try to exercise as much as I can as I'm just doing my daily chores. So I think that's what we're gonna do today. And I think I'll start with going on the trampoline and jumping for maybe like 30 minutes. And after that, I might water my garden and like work on my plants, on weeding. And I do consider that exercise. So yeah, join me and let's have some fun. So there's the trampoline. I think, can you see it? It's right there, right behind me at the far end. I will be jumping on the trampoline, like I said before, for about 30 minutes because I just want to get like 30 more minutes of exercise. I already walked the dog in the morning. I want to say maybe it was 15 minutes of walking the dog. It was like walk run. So now once I do the trampoline, after I walk the dog, and then I will water my garden, and I think that will be it for today. Okay. So I have exercised, I've watered my plants, I've dropped my kids off at school, and so now all that's left is for me to enjoy my breakfast and go to work. So today I am going to show you what I usually eat for breakfast. I do change some things a little bit, but I definitely have tea every morning. I think earlier when I was watering my plants, I showed you this. I had like lemongrass. So usually I just tie it around and then make a little thing out of it. So it looks like this, and I just drop it in the tea. Comes a little spoon. I used to stir it, and I really like the flavor of lemongrass. So I'm just gonna stir it enough. Look at that, and just drop it in and let it do its magic. So I have another bowl here that has some hot water, and this is for my oats. That's what I'm choosing to have this morning. And here are the oats that I use, boiled oats, and this is how they look on the inside. And I just pour some. Usually if you have a spoon, you use I use like 2 spoons of oats, but I've done it enough that I can guesstimate. Like to just monitor my water intake, I just fill this with water every morning and try to drink at least more than half of it, yeah. So that's how I track my water intake every day. So that's 1 gallon, and that's it. So I'm just gonna put this oats again in the microwave to I want them to cook a little more. And then I usually add a few peanuts in them because I like the crunchy flavor, because I just don't like the texture of oatmeal by itself. So when I add the peanuts, the crunch makes it taste better. And I also have a banana right here that I'm going to cut and add to the oatmeal once it's ready. So I'm gonna enjoy my breakfast, and I will see you guys later. So now I'm getting ready to prepare dinner, which will be salmon for me. I'll be grilling the salmon, and because the rest of the family does not like salmon, does not enjoy it, they will be eating spaghetti and sauce. And because I don't eat red meat, I cannot eat that. I'm not eating red meat just because of the cholesterol. Yeah, I used to enjoy it a lot, but for now I'm opting not to eat red meat until I get my cholesterol under control. So that's been my day. We are gonna finish the day off with salmon and some rice. All right, have a good evening.